Okay, guys, we're here at Mayhem Fest '09 with Paolo from Trivium. How you doing, man?
Woo. Doing good, man. Drinking coffee in 90-degree weather. Probably going to start shaking soon from all the caffeine, so doing great.
Sweet. All right, first question I got for you is, you guys have obviously been on the road for a long time, okay, and you guys are becoming big road dogs. How have you seen, are you gaining new fans with the success of Shogun on this tour?
Definitely, I think between the Slipknot tour and this tour, we've definitely gained a whole new group of fans. Every time we do the signings, I'd say every other person comes through and said, I saw you with Slipknot, you're amazing with Slipknot. So that tour definitely helped us, and this has been incredible for us. This has been one of the most fun tours I've ever done since I've been in Trivium.
Okay, cool. Now, since you guys have been out for so long, does it make it easier each time you get on tour for you guys now? Like, when you're first starting out, things might be a little bit harder, but now when you guys are with the success of your other albums, does it make it easier going out on the road?
I feel comfortable out on tour. I really enjoy being out here, and I definitely miss home sometimes. You know, it's nice to spend time with family, but this is the life, I dreamed of ever since I picked up my instrument. So to be out here is incredible. I'm very thankful of it. So for me personally, yeah, I love being out here, and I feel it's gotten easier. I mean, we started off in a van. We toured for a while in a van. We're in buses now. It's very comfortable to be on a bus compared to a van, so I can't complain. It's being on a great tour like this, being comfortable, hanging with friends. It's like the best job in the world.
Cool. Okay. Well, when you guys sit down to write for these albums, or when you jam, what's the process? Do you have a certain ritual that you go through, or you just get together and jam or come up with ideas from?
Every album's kind of been different, which is, I definitely think, of the 3 albums that have come out on Roadrunner, they've each kind of had their own vibe, but we've written each album really differently. Ascendancy was written, jammed out in the, excuse me, in the rehearsal room, and the Crusade was mostly written while we were touring. We didn't really jam it as much. We kind of just went in and had the ideas pre-planned, and we made the CD like right then the way it was. And then with Shogun, we kind of did a mix of both. We wrote it on tour, we demoed a lot, we jammed a lot. We worked with Nick, who produced Shogun, Nick Raskolinich. He came in while we were jamming, worked with him. So there was a lot more of a writing process for Shogun compared to the Crusade. So that was kind of a mix between them both. And I think, we've already started writing for the next one. So, right now it's everyone writing on their own, kind of getting ideas. But the one thing we are doing is showing each other, what we got, kind of talking about what we want to go towards instead of just writing anything. And I think the big thing is we keep revising and trying to make, a complete thought, even though we're all writing individually at the moment, trying to write towards a certain goal so hopefully the next CD can have, really good flow and really just, back to back the songs make sense together as a whole album.
Now, is the band more of would you say it's like a democracy when it comes to songwriting?
Definitely. I mean, if anyone's got a good idea, we're always like, yeah, please bring it to the table. And even with lyrics too, Matt's not, like it's all my lyrics or nothing. I mean, some of the lyrics on the Shogun, I think Corey brought in a good amount of lyrics for the song Insurrection. And, for this new CD, I think there's going to be a lot more of that, a lot more collaboration. Because maybe, you might have one line, but it could be really good, and it could inspire a whole another thing of lyrics that, could come out from anyone.
Okay, well, what's been some of the coolest moments since you've been on the road from this tour? What are some things that stick out in your mind besides the Slipknot tour?
For this tour in particular, we've had parties almost every night, and it's just been big group hangouts. Everyone's really getting along well. I mean, there's so many bands on a tour like this that there's always the potential that people aren't going to mesh. But I think a lot of us have toured together before on tours like Ozfest or just on other tours in the past, and it's been great. Like, every night has been a party, literally.
Okay, cool. Well, how important is it for Trivium as a group to connect with your fans when you're out on the road?
For us, it's the most important thing. We don't have radio singles. We're not being pushed on anything super mainstream like that. So for us, the biggest thing is touring, and being able to meet our fans sometimes twice a day during our signings is, to me, almost as important as the show. We want to put on a great show, but getting to meet people up close and personal, and having a couple seconds to talk with them, maybe take a picture, sign something, I think that means a lot to a lot of the people coming through the line. And I like meeting them because it shows we have very diverse group of fans, and it's awesome. I mean, if it wasn't for fans, this tour wouldn't happen,
Right.
you know.
Especially with an economy like what's going on now.
Anyone that's coming out and spending money, I mean, people are buying merch, people are, buying drinks, getting crazy, coming out to shows like this. It's awesome that people would want to spend money, especially when times are tough for everyone. So I think it shows this is like a real release for people.
Okay.
This kind of music.
All right. Well, does God have a place in heavy metal?
God, yeah. I mean, if that's what you believe and stuff. I have nothing against people that believe in anything, any gods, anything. I don't like that. I don't. My thing is I'm against people that try to force their beliefs or try to say that they're right and someone else is wrong. I think that's where I draw the line, and I can never agree with that. So, I have no problem with it. I went to Catholic school all my life, so
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a very devoutly religious person, but if God has a place in your life, then He does.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, here's the last question. 2012, should Ozzy and Ted Nugent run for president?
Could be disastrous. I think Ted Nugent should run for office. Though. I think he'd be funny.
Ted Nugent would be a great president.
I think it'd be pretty intense. I don't think he'd be as like gung ho as everyone thinks he would be. I think he'd actually be pretty good. He's funny, man. One of the first shows I ever saw was Ted Nugent. Yeah. It was like the Rock Never Stops tour. Good. I was laughing so hard. He was just like saying the most ridiculous shit, and then he like tore it up. He was amazing.
All right, cool. Well, man, thanks so much for this interview, and I'll give you the microphone and say anything you want for last part.
Anything?
Yeah, anything you want.
Just thank you to all the Trivium fans that have been coming out to Mayhem. You guys have been amazing. You made our summer one that we will remember forever. And come see us in the fall when we're doing the headlining tour with Chimera, Whitechapel, Darkest Hour, and just go online and find all the dates. They're all there.
Okay, cool.